This video demonstrates how to install QGIS on a Microsoft Windows machine. I'm using Windows 10, but the instructions are the same for Windows 7 and previous versions, which probably won't be able to run QGIS anyway in any reasonable amount of time. You access QGIS by typing qgis.org or doing a web search for QGIS. It'll bring you to this landing page. You want to download the software, and there are two versions, this 3-16-3 or 3-10-14. This has LTR after it to show you it's the long-term release. You typically want to use the long-term release because it's more stable, but if you're adventuresome, you can try the latest release. It might have a few new features, which we probably won't cover in these series of videos, but as you get to be a better user. If you click on the download button, it brings you to a series you can choose from. So here's the first decision point. Most of you won't be doing the network installer. If you're coming to this video, you're probably just getting started. And then you have this standalone installer for the long-term release and the latest release. So we'll go down to the long-term release. And there's two versions, the 64-bit and the 32-bit. Most of you will be the 64-bit, but if you want to check, you can go down to the Start button and then to the Settings. And when the Settings opens up, go to your System option, and you'll see down here in the About information on your system, and it'll tell you the system type. In this case, it's a 64-bit operating system. I blurred out stuff above to try and hide my identity a little bit for the machine. No one's going to hack me, but this will reduce the likelihood. So anyway, once you've decided whether you're 64-bit or 32-bit, and almost all of you will be 64-bit, you'll know which one to download. So I can go ahead and close this, and then get the proper one and download it. Now, it asks me where I want to save the file. It's going to go to my Downloads folder. I'll come back when this is done because I have a moderately slow internet. Looks like it'll be 2 minutes, and you don't want to sit here and wait for that. Okay, so once it's downloaded, I can go to my folder here, and in my Downloads folder, if I double left click, it'll start the install process, and we'll have to wait some more. It'll ask us basically, do we want to let this app change our device? We might have to type in a few other things saying yes. In this case, I'm just going to take the defaults and the default location. I won't put in any of the practice data sets because we'll be adding data later on. And then, again, wait another few minutes for it to install. And then when it's done, you get this finish screen. So there you go. Now we can see that it's installed by taking a look here. I can get the start menu and I can drag it out to this permanent area or down to my toolbar, and a click on any of those will start QGIS. First time might take a little longer than subsequent times. Here it shows the long-term release and is loading various plugins and things. You can see it at the edge here. It's in the center of the screen. And then QGIS starts. There's a toolbar on the top, various windows. So this, when we load data layers, will show up here. There's a browse tool and project templates. You can open and close these. We'll show that in later videos as we get into how to use this. Now, as I said at the start, or showed at the start, this is for loading in Windows. There's a separate video for loading on Mac machine. So there you have it.